So yep, this is Instant Speed MTG. We are joining an Oath of the Gatewatch draft. We open a Tyrant of Valakut with art that won't load. We're also looking at an Isolation Zone as a possible first pick. I mean, you open a Tyrant of Valakut. Since you open a dragon, do you say no to the dragon? We're looking at a Grasp of Darkness too. There's a lot in this pack, and I don't really want to pass an I hate at any point passing an Isolation Zone. It's a strong word for a 4-mana removal spell, but hate. Spurs. I did not open foil Eldrazi, but I think a Tyrant of Valakut is an interesting pull, and I'm going to take it and see what happens next. See, red blue is coming up to me at this point with the Prophet of Distortion. It's obviously one of the decks that maybe you might want to fall into. A Hedron Crawler is also going to be nice in that deck, and it would probably be what I want to pick next, or at least a Boulder Salvo, which is, I mean, no, a rare is missing from this pack. So, I mean, we like the pick of Distortion, Prophet of Distortion. I think a more realistic pick, the better pick, is going to be a Vampire Envoy or a Hedron Crawler. I don't really want to go Grixis with a... I'm not seeing any removal that's going to pull me immediately away from my first initial impression, which is take profit, just take good cards, try to end up somewhere in by pick 5 or so. A Mind Melter does drag my attention. I like using those too. Doesn't really go with my red blue plan up till now. Other options, we're looking at a lot of white cards, it seems. Well, not a lot, but some white cards. We have an Unknown Shores for colorless and mana fixing. We have a Warden of Geometry's Gravity Negator. I don't think I would jump into green. Blue-green, well, red-green isn't a bad, but for neither of those cards. A Mind Melter, Unknown Shores, Gravity Negator. I think after taking a Prophet of Distortion, I do want to high pick an Unknown Shores, and I don't always want to derail myself, especially for that kind of double color card that Mind Melter is. It is a card that I want in a lot of decks. But I think right now we are on to something a little different. Zada's Commando is going to be great for a curve play right behind Tyrant. Crumbling Vestige and Hedron Crawler, specifically Hedron Crawler, I'm looking at as well. Containment Membrane is something that I hope comes back around to me. I mean, it's hard to get me away from a pick of Zada's Commando. But if we're looking at about 2-drops, it's a first strike 2-drop. I think you just take that first and try to take an Umara Entangler later, or a Containment Membrane, or a Pyromancer's Assault. All of those things could come back to me specifically, and I would like them. Someone sent me a Stoneforge Masterwork, which is probably be kind of silly in this deck, honestly. But I don't think I can see myself not taking that. There's nothing else here. A Sweep Away and an Ancient Crab, neither of which are really exciting to me. A Seer's Lantern also. But I think I take this Stoneforge Masterwork and see if maybe an Eldrazi theme does come down. maybe just ally. You can use ally as my Stoneforge. Or maybe I find a toll collector. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, I see an Umara Entangler. I still haven't seen any Boulder Salvos. I first picked a Tyrant of Valakut over an Isolation Zone, and is that going to be the decision that comes back to haunt me? Oh, a curve pick here with the Umara Entangler. I'm going to take it over a Maw of Kozilek because the Maw of Kozilek will come back. The Press into Service is something that I do want to have. I think I would just rather have a 5-drop creature than play something like that. I always try to play around something that my opponent is doing, and just trying to go into a control maneuver when you're trying to play aggro in a red color, red deck. Then I don't like it. I'm not looking at anything here really. I might take a Timber Gorge or a Wastes. Timber Gorge for some silly maybiness. I'm not going to take Hedron Alignment or Abstruse Interference, so let's just take this Wastes. And hope that I don't open a Mina and Den. Hope that anyway. That's what I hope anyway. Eldrazi Aggressor or Warping Whale. You know, Warping Whale does some good work. Can get rid of walls, a lot of these 1/4s. Foil Mountain as well, worth points. Not sure how many. Eldrazi Aggressor as a, I'm looking at almost no other Eldrazi. So why don't I take this Foil Mountain? Alright, so I believe this is the pack that we opened, where we took a Tyrant of Valakut. All the white has disappeared. We are left with the Goblin Ally, a Merfolk Ally, and a pseudo removal spell, and a couple sources of colorless mana. We have 10 seconds to make a pick. I like curve picking. We have some surge cards. We don't. I'm gonna take the Goblin because I think it just fills us out in the right way at this point. A Chitinous Cloak. Chitinous Cloak's not gonna do it. I think we're gonna go Gravity Negator just on the chance that maybe we're a little bit more devoid than these two picks really belie. For that reason, we could take also the Warden of Geometries. However, a 2/3 4-drop is much less interesting to me than a flying one of either of the same stats, rather. I still want a Containment Membrane, but I think this Pyromancer's Assault is it gonna happen? I mean, we just don't have. All right, I made that snap decision, but I just don't think I'm gonna get a bunch of Expedites or anything that is gonna really make this a surge deck. I'm still kind of hoping for another color, honestly, to be honest. Yeah, I'm drinking beer, but maybe I don't want to show everyone that. I don't know why it's opening this way. I did open a huge sweet card. Well, it might not be a huge sweet card. I mean, I like playing it. Yep, that's all the cards. These are all the cards. Tranquil Expanse at the bottom. A Weapons Trainer is not going to be in my deck. That's not what I wanted to do. It's still not really what I wanted to do. None of this is really what I want. I'm also 28 seconds. A Crush of Tentacles is cool. And it seems to go in our deck. However, it's a second, like, 6 Second thing I need to surge out, and I think a blinding drone or a boulder salvo. I think the boulder salvo is gonna come in a little bit sooner than I just passed a crush of tentacles. It's okay. I have 2 paper copies. You know, none of that matters anyway. Here I like a reality hemorrhage or an embodiment, and it's actually very nice that we're finally getting some cards like these. I really don't want to send this embodiment away. However, our removal light. I would like to take this reality hemorrhage. We'll probably get this expedite back, which is actually nice. And we're no way we'll get embodiment back. We might get immobilizer back. Should I be taking white allies and using Stoneforge Masterwork? I haven't seen it really. I think someone else is doing that. A black-white plan. I mean, Reality Hemorrhage does 2 damage. You know what? After that last pick of Boulder Salvo, I want to jam this embodiment of Fury and really make sure that, boom, that I have 8 creatures, and we'll see how that goes. So now I have a Cyclone Sire. That was going to be an interesting dilemma between these 2 red cards. 2/5 pumpable with some colorless synergies, which all I really have is the Prophet of Distortion. Well, I guess I have Gravity Negators, but I'm okay cutting Gravity Negators eventually if I fill out this blue-red tricky deck. This Gift of Tusks I do kind of hope wheels back to us on this pick, but we're going to take the Cyclone Sire and be pretty happy about it, because that card is very nice to have pretty much at any time. So yeah, we're getting getting some interesting signals here. We see less blue. The rare perhaps was blue. If we were going to move to red-green, I mean with the Cyclone Sire or red-black, we could take another free runner and continue trying to surge things and pick up surge enablers over the next 10 picks. Or we could take this Tajuru Pathwarden and just think about maybe splashing green on top. And you know what I'm thinking? I'm gonna take this Pathwarden. Just because, maybe, why not? There are 2 Immobilizer Eldrazi's in this one round. Operative, wink. However, a Jwara Avenger is sweet business right now. Sweet business. Sweet business. You know, I don't even know if a Prophet of Distortion is going to make it for me. It never did end up getting a red-green land, and there were 2 of them in the last round, the last pack, so there may be some red-green players out here. This Jwara Avenger is going to go sweet. Void Grafter. It's an interesting trick. A flash. It's a saver. You think a blinding drone or an Akum Flame Seeker. I like a blinding drone, but I'm totally in between 2 different decks. Blue, colorless. Surge it, I know, right? And blinding drone is not a bad surge play. I don't think anything else is getting me close anyway. I did pass a Surge Crush of Tentacles first pick, because I'm gonna try to Surge a dragon instead. Seeing a Dimensional Infiltrator against a Blinding Drone, these are both really awesome cards. In limited, I might like a Blinding Drone a little bit more. And It's also, well, they're both 2 drops. I want them both, to be honest. I want them both. I'm going to take a second blinding drone and try to ride that wave too. I'm light on 3 drops, so Ancient Crab gives me at least a couple more turns to try to pump out an Avenger or something punishing. A Mauve Kozilek is going to give me enough cards to really want some colorless mana, of which I have 1, I believe, somewhere, hiding somewhere. 8 seconds. Yeah, this Mauve Kozilek is a good pickup this late. Good thing. Holy crap! Two minutes? Well, sorry guys. Chat's delayed 2 minutes, but if you can believe it, this Crush of Tentacles wheeled back to me after I picked up a Tyrant. So I am surging it. And I'm glad I took that second blinding drone, because I'm not doing the blinding drone here. This deck is bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. And I actually want this wastes now. So I have 2 colorless sources so far. Two colorless sources. This Expedite might not even make it, but I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab this Gift of Tusks. No problemo. Maybe even a negate. Who knows? I'm feeling crazy. A lot of things are happening. Are you serious? And a waste comes from the second to third to last pick. Second to last pick. Probably not gonna play this Abstruse Interference, and I get off. That's always a sign. You get the full art land on your color. Yeah, we are definitely in a deck that we are in. We have found a lane. Nobody took the Crush of Tentacles. We didn't find any Storm Chaser mages. For our third rare, we have a Wasteland Strangler, which is not going to do anything for our deck at all. We have opened in Ruination Guide, which pumps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of our creatures, of our 13 creatures, so less than half. I don't want to let anyone else have a Wasteland Strangler. I don't want to hate draft though. Fertile Thicket could help me splash green, which I have no reason to do besides having one top end fighter. A Wavewing Elemental gives me a top end. Oh, this sucks. There are no red cards in this pack. Green, 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 green. Especially for a BFZ pack, this pack sucks. I mean, if I was in any other color, I would love a Wasteland Strangler. And I might take it anyway, because I'll wheel the Wavewing, and I can do other stuff with the Wasteland Strangler. How do you always take the Wasteland Strangler. Dampening Pulse will do good work for me. Grove Rumbler is kind of a reason to wish I had some dual lands. Dampening Pulse has done a lot of interesting stuff in this format. The Barrage Tyrant is also interesting. A Stone Fury. This is an more interesting pack, because I could see myself taking the Coral Helm Guide, running a Mauve Kozilek up someone's rear end. I can see myself. Yeah, I kind of want to wheel the Incubator, maybe even the Dampening Pulse. The Stone Fury could also be a good one, but that's totally against our Surge. Mythos or philosophy. So let's take the Coral Helm Guide. Stay low curve. Love an Eldrazi Displacer. Love a Herald of Kozilek. Pathway Arrows at the bottom. Love a sure strike too. So we got an interesting pick here. Sky Spawner or Herald of Kozilek. Still at the point where I'm not colorless per se, but this might come back to me. If nobody took this crush, it seems like no one's white or is in my color combination. So I definitely want this Eldrazi Sky Spawner, and I'm gonna, even an Evolving Wilds is an interesting pick because I can make sure that I get a wastes. Ooh, that's actually a great idea. I do want 3 drops, so I'm gonna take the Sky Spawner. But that's probably gonna be one that I think about for a while. And Infiltrator gives me another good 3 drop. Holy moly! This is one card that I didn't see all through the format of BFC, the Akum Firebird. It's kind of mean that it comes next to a Benthic Infiltrator, because I want an Infiltrator. But an Akum Firebird, get in my deck. Thank you. See, a Tajuru Warcaller, that's why I would want to splash green. I really don't want to play against one in the pod. That's for sure. A Slide Runner is a little bit more our speed. Got a lot of 2 drops. Don't think that's a problem. I do not think that's a problem. Probably not going to negate. Might not even entangle. Got 16 creatures. Swell of Growth does not count as removal in my book. Or should it? 6/6 Deathless Behemoth. Let's go with that. And you know why? Because I don't know why. Because we never did take that. Ooh, a clutch. Never did take the Ruination Guide. So, an Undergrowth Champion. Man, so yes, a green splash would have been very advantageous for us. I think our deck would totally love a Clutch of Currents and a Dispel. And I think that's an easy pick. I could almost splash black. Here's me thinking about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're taking this clutch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh. So one of those. No, I'm not getting any of those cards back. This Dust Stalker is interesting. I'm trying to surge things so and anticipate. See, I have the Dust Stalker. Am I going to be exiling anything? I don't think so. I've got 1 Boulder Salvo. So I'm really just trying to smash. I have 3 colorless sources. Not the worst. Not the worst. Anticipate will allow me to surge more often and improve the quality of my cards. So I don't think it's a bad pick. I think Outnumber is a great card for us. Bam, get in my deck. This is our original pack, wherein we drafted a Wasteland Strangler and didn't look back. Because that pack had not even 1 red card. Not even 1. So here a Mist Intruder is fairly welcome. Fairly welcome in our deck. The Barrage Tyrant came back, and you know what? By this point, we're looking pretty devoid. Especially with these last few picks, we are looking very devoid. This Royal Mage's Trick will not make it. So therefore, I'm going to take a Tajuru Stalwart. Piss someone off. Take this Baloth. Take a Mind Raker. Will not have my mind raked. Not today. There's only 2 of you here, but I've been thinking about the Blessed versus Cursed decks that have come out. It's specifically that I want them for the cards in there. I watched a video and I'm trying to build like a Sidisi EDH deck, Sidisi Blood Tyrant, who really loves for you to put things into your graveyard from your library and then create a whole lot of zombies. One of those decks is just all kinds of zombie tribal. The other one's human tribal, which is interesting. I don't really have an immediate use for it. But that new Blessed versus Cursed, like I could use 3 of those Mind Rack Demon, is that what it's called? So we've got some some interesting stuff here, that's for sure. Now, do we have what it might take to play a Stoneforge Masterwork? Out of our 20 creatures now, many of them are Eldrazi. I think we cut an Umara Entangler. I think we cut right off the top a Expedite, because we already have 3 other 1-drop. I have a Bonesaw. Yeah, you're in. And yeah, Stoneforge would be nice with Eldrazi. I mean, you play Blinding Drone into Sky Spawner and attach the Masterwork, and you've got like 5 power and 6 power in the sky. It'll defend your guy as well. Count Tyrant as removal, which is thankful. I don't know if Barrage Tyrant makes it. Interesting caveat, you can pump Mauve Kozilek to a 6/1, sacrifice him with Barrage Tyrant, do 6 finishing points. I don't know. Didn't see any Touch of the Voids during that draft. I wonder if that indicates another red drafter. However, we did see an Akum Firebird. That made it at least half the way around, so yeah, it was probably pack 2 that we were really getting cut from red. Let's group creatures separately. So I think our mix is interesting, or it's on the right path at least. I don't feel like there are any of these spells that I would cut. Let's say no Barrage Tyrant. Let's say Freerunner Embodiment. 18 creatures. See, I just like my low end with these 3 cards. I just like a game wherein you play those cards. I think I'll drop 1 Gravity Negator in face of the Firebird, which is just going to attack each turn if able. It's a Phoenix, so the Masterwork doesn't do much for that, but the Bonesaw would. Make it a 4 smasher. Oh, the Stoneforge Masterwork on the Deathless Behemoth will probably be pretty sick. So let's look at our Eldrazi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to 7. So we did end up higher on the Eldrazi side. 1, 2, 3. A Sphinx and Dragon. So yeah, only 3 allies. So maybe we cut Stoneforge, bring it in on the side. We have now only 2 more cuts. Coral Helm Guide helps Deathless Behemoth smash. can help maybe Akum Firebird stay alive. Blinding Drone is a Blinding Drone. Mist Intruder is a Mist Intruder. I like all our colorless, to be honest. I like Embodiment of Fury, although I mean I think it's just Embodiment of Fury. That's why I took it when I took it. It's Embodiment of Fury. And my Gravity Negator can make, you know, and we didn't find a Halamartide color. That would have been extra sweet. Extra. Do wish we had another Boulder Salvo. Don't. It's interesting that we have a Crush of Tentacles, because there are a lot of games that I do wish I had a Crush of Tentacles. Got one more cut? No. Two more cuts still. Let's say cut that. Let's say cut maybe the Crush and only play it if I'm playing like a locked down white black ally theme, building a board of 2-drops, doing nothing, because that'd be almost a sweet play if I had a Akum Firebird in the graveyard, I Crush of Tentacles, and then that turn, I guess the next turn I'm attacking with my Firebird and my Octopus. So right now I'm at 23 cards. I have three colorless sources, which it's not enough. I wish I had something else. I think our deck looks interesting. I think we've got good top end, which is something I don't know, in this format I haven't said a whole lot, or I've been happy enough not to have good top end. We have really nice low end too, useful late game. We've got late game, even the Coral Helm Guide. Another Jwar Isle Avenger would have been welcome as well. Seems like computer thinks we came down mostly blue. We do have blue 1-drop. I'm gonna say one more mountain than that. And hey, let's make it foily. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 islands. Yeah, we don't have any double island, double blue anymore after Crush is gone. Well, this is the deck that we have. So we opened the Tyrant of Valakut. Still probably never gonna see that guy's art on MTGO. I don't know why. Every time I've opened it, it just goes, meh. Where's my dragon? We've got Cyclone Sire and Jwar Isle Avenger. I like Cyclone Sire. I'm okay on Jwar Isle. I don't like playing against it, that's for sure. Someone passed this in Akum Firebird late in BFZ, which is one of the only things that I like about having BFZ still in this format, is that these late picks can come down and just go, whoa! And you can see me do that. Just rewind. The Stoneforge Masterwork could make something real powerful, but I think the Bone Saw is a little bit better early game. Never mind, that's silly. It's a silly comparison. Stoneforge is just an awesome card. It's no Bone Saw, but Bone Saw doesn't win games. Has no late game use. Even if you run 4 of them, it's just wasted cards. I've done it. Don't like it. This is our deck. We got a Firebird. We got a Dragon. We've got some flying stuff up top. We're going to try to pump out some other flying stuff. That's about it. Maybe this abstruse is better with those. You know, we're going to press submit just because we don't want to get caught that way. So anyway, here we are.